Mark Williams' agent is losing his fucking mind, right? Now I get it. I understand that you have to prop up your player. You have to make sure that guys are getting their value. You have to make sure that you don't decrease your player's value, because if his value is decreased, he ain't gonna get no bread. So I understand his agent coming after the Lakers and saying, oh, they've went ahead and tested, or they've consulted with several other doctors outside of the sport, and they've all said that the Lakers shouldn't have failed his physical, that he's fine. He has to say this. He's representing the guy. Even if his physical is trash, he got to say this, because he's trying to get that kid a bag. So shouts to him. I'm not going to criticize him for that. But I know the Hornets better not say no wild stuff, because they were like, yeah, the Lakers, they tricked us. They told us that this was a better deal, and we listened. But we don't care, because we love Mark, but yet they want to complain and say, well, we might complain to the league office to let this trade go through. Liars. Gaslighters. So it's fine. You keep the player. You think the Lakers didn't want to make this trade? We signed Alex Len. He's horrible. They signed a guy that hasn't played more than 10 minutes a game in like 6 years. Do you think that we wanted Alex Len? We wanted the young kid in Charlotte. But if his physicals are trash, we not signing him. Because we may be able to get a lot out of him in the short term, but they're looking for a long-term investment. That's why you trade for a 23-year-old. If you wanted a short-term deal, you'd have kept somebody else. You'd have go get yourself a 31-year-old. Go get yourself somebody who's just going to help you in the short term. You trade those draft picks, you trade your other young players, because you want to make sure that this is a guy that can stay there for the next decade.
Yeah. Also, like, what are the medical issues like with him?
They haven't disclosed that, because I think they don't want to have that in the public, because it could be some things that can be detrimental for the player.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So just out of the respect for the player and his situation, it's best that they keep that private. But listen, the Lakers in their history, they've signed and traded for guys that have questionable medicals. When Andrew Bynum got drafted by the Lakers, this was a 17-year-old kid that had bad knees. And the doctors told him, this kid has bad knees. This kid is going to need surgery. We don't know when. We don't know when those knees are going to give out. And they said, yeah, we're going to take him anyway. We feel that we can be able to get the most out of him before those knees go bad. And lo and behold, they won back-to-back championships with that kid. He was a vital piece of those two championships. Did he last 10 years in the league? He didn't. Because those knees were just too bad. So there are times where a team will say, we'll take the risk because we see the upside of this player is tremendous. And we're willing to take that risk. But there's other times where if you're building your organization and you want to be an organization that has sustainability, where you can be competitive for every single season for the next decade, you have to make sure that you're making smart investments. Because if you're not making smart investments and you go ahead and just say, oh, well, we're just going to sign this guy, then you're now trading all of these assets and resources. And if this player doesn't work out, you can't trade him because nobody's going to want him. And now you have no draft picks. You have nothing in the cabinet to be able to replenish and rebuild your team. So you got to be smart with your investments. You got to be smart with the trades that you make. You have to be smart with what young players you're choosing to invest in. So, am I mad? No, I'm not mad. I'm just more upset that we couldn't get the player because he's damn good. And we got Alex Len. He sucks. He does. Man didn't even play much last night. What's the point of having him? I just hope they cut him and find somebody else. Just do that. It's been bad. We lose to the damn Hornets last night. They're one of the worst teams in the league. Luka looks like garbage, right? I'm not mad. I know it's going to take time. But come on now. You think that we wanted Alex Len not to get Mark Williams? So, agent, you can say whatever the hell you want. That's fine. I'm not even mad.